Dua-e-Kumayl. In the name of Allah, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. O Allah, I implore you, by your mercy which encompasses all things, by your power which commands all things, making them all humble and lowly, by your unstoppable might which dominates all things, by your honor with which nothing stands comparison, by your magnificence which permeates through all things, by your sovereignty which surrounds all things, by your countenance which shall outlast all things, by your attributes which pervade through the elements of all things, by the light of your face which illuminates all things. O light of lights, O Holy One, O first of the foremost and last of the lattermost. O Allah, forgive my sins which taint my innocence. O Allah, forgive my sins which precipitate punishment upon me. O Allah, forgive my sins which reverse your blessings. O Allah, forgive my sins which intercept my prayers. O Allah, forgive my sins which cut short my hopes. O Allah, forgive my sins which bring down calamity on me. O Allah, forgive all the sins that I have committed, and all my transgressions of which I stand guilty. O Allah, I approach you through remembrance of you, and I seek your intercession with yourself. I beseech you in the name of your munificence to bring me closer to yourself, to bestow on me the grace of my gratitude to you, and to inspire me to remember you. O Allah, I beseech you, begging, plaintively, humbly, desolately, tearfully, to take pity on me, and to make me contented and satisfied with my lot, to make me gentle in all circumstances. O Allah, I beseech you, begging, as one cast in the throes of starvation, who in his agony presents his request unto you, and whose craving is great for the things which are yours. O Allah, great is your sovereignty, exalted is your abode, and inscrutable are your designs. Your command is clear, and your awe overwhelming. Your forces are ever in motion, and escape from your dominion is impossible. O Allah, there is no one to forgive my sins, or hide my blemishes, or change any of my misdeeds into virtue but you. There is no God but you. Glory and praise to you. I've wronged my soul, and assumed boldness in my ignorance, but now I have settled down to meditate on you as of old, and to remember your bounty which you did bestow on me. O Allah, my Master, many a fault of mine have you hidden, and many a dire distress have you mitigated. Many a mistake have you prevented, and many a woe have you averted. And to many an elegant praise which I never deserved have you given currency. O Allah, great is my distress, and intense is my discomfiture. Few are my good deeds, my shackles weigh me down, and the remoteness of my hopes keeps me from gain. The world has deceived me with its conceit, and my soul has deceived me with its dishonesty and procrastination. My chief, therefore I beseech you, in the name of your honor, not to let my sins and misdeeds hinder my prayer from reaching you, and not to disgrace me by exposing my hidden secrets which you know, and not to hasten retribution for the things I have done secretly through my sinfulness, lustfulness, and slothfulness. O Allah, for the sake of your honor, be bounteous to me under all circumstances, and be considerate unto me under all conditions. My God, my Lord, my Master, have I beside you any one whom I may beseech to relieve my sorrows and consider my affairs? My God, my Master, you did set forth a command, but in the wake of my own lustful desires I heeded it not, because of the attractiveness of my enemy, who deceived me through my conceit, and my ill fate also did favour him in this. Thus did I transgress of the limits imposed by you, and I did disobey some of your commands. Therefore you have the decisive argument against me in all these matters, and I have no argument against you in that which you have ordained or decided or inflicted upon me. O my God, I return to you, after being guilty of acts of omission and commission against myself, and I appear before you, apologetic and repentant, humble and debased, asking forgiveness, imploring for mercy, confessing my sins, confiding in you, and admitting my faults. I see no escape from that which has been done by me. I see no sanctuary where I may turn for this purpose of mine, save that you should accept my plea, and let me enter within the expanse of your mercy. Therefore, O Allah, accept my plea, take pity on my intense suffering, and set me free from these heavy chains. O Lord, have mercy on the frailness of my body, on my tender skin and lean bones, you that created me and identified me with a name and began my upbringing and ensured my welfare and nurture from the very beginning. Continue your favours and blessings as of old. My God, my liege, my Lord, will you see me punished with fire after I have believed in your unity, after my heart has passed through all the stages of your realization, after my tongue has ranked eloquent in your remembrance, after my conscience has been bound to your love with strong ties, and after my true confession and plaintive prayer to you, my sustainer. Oh no, for you are too generous to abandon one whom you have sustained, or to send whom you have kept near far away, or to expel one whom you have given shelter, or to abandon one to misery whom you have assured sufficiency and blessed with your mercy. My liege, my God, my Master, it is not in me to believe that you will impose the fire on the faces of those that have bowed in adoration of your greatness, or on the tongues that have testified to your unity and thanked you with praise, or on the hearts that have acknowledged your divinity with conviction, or on the minds that are so saturated with your knowledge as to humiliate themselves in your presence, or the limbs that have striven towards your service and obedience, endeavouring confidently to seek your forgiveness. This can never be expected from you, nor does your grace permit such an assumption, O generous one. O Lord, you know that I am too weak to withstand even a small portion of this world's trials or their consequences, or the sorrow that befalls its inhabitants. Though these trials are transient, evanescent, and short-lived, how then will I withstand the trial of the hereafter, with its tremendous sufferings and its prolonged perpetual misery, which shall never be alleviated for its inmates, for it is nothing but a creation of your wrath, vengeance, and anger, which neither the heavens nor the earth can withstand. So how then, O Lord, can I, a weak, insignificant, humble, poor, and incapable slave of yours, withstand it? My God, my Lord, my liege, my master, of how many matters shall I complain to you, and for what things shall I weep and wail, for the grievous punishment and its severity, or for the prolonged suffering in its duration? For if you will subject me, together with your enemies, to the penalties, and join me with those who shall have merited the punishment, and separate me from those that love and adore you, grant me, my God, my liege, my master, my Lord, though I shall patiently endure the punishment, how will I be patient in separation from you? And grant me, though I shall patiently endure the burning heat of the fire, how will I endure the pain of being deprived of beholding your clemency? How can I remain in the fire while I have hope of your forgiveness? By your honour, O my liege, my master, truly do I swear, that if you will leave me with the power of speech among the inmates of hell, I will surely cry out aloud unto you with the cry of a supplicant. And I will surely shriek with the voice of those that shriek for help, and I will lament with the lamentations of those that are desperate, and I will keep calling out unto you, saying, where are you? O friend of the believers, the ultimate hope of those that comprehend, helper of those that seek help, beloved of the truthful, God of the world, do you see me? Praise to you, my God, hallowed be your name. Do you hear from within the fire the voice of your humble slave, who is imprisoned therein for his disobedience, and tastes the torment for his transgressions, and is confined within the layers of hell for his sins and crimes, and cries with the voice of one who hopes for your mercy, and calls out with the tongue of one who believes in your unity, and seeks your help with faith in your overlordship? My Master, how shall the sinner remain in the place of torment while he reposes his confidence in your erstwhile clemency, beneficence, and mercy? And how can the fire hurt him while he has hope in your favour and compassion? And how can its flames burn him while you hear his voice and see where he is? And how can its noises terrify him while you know of his weak condition? And how can he be tossed about within its layers while you know of his sincerity? And how can its guards torture him while he keeps calling upon you as his Lord? How is it possible that while he is hopeful of your favour in setting him free, you should abandon him therein? Oh no, neither can it be presumed of you, nor has it ever been known to be so by your grace, nor have you ever dealt in this way with those who believe in your unity because of your goodness and kindness. So I say with certainty that had you not made it imperative for those who disbelieved in you to be punished thereby, and had you not ordained that your enemies should remain therein for aye, you would have rendered the fire cold and harmless, and it would never have become the abode or halting place of anyone. But you, hallowed be your name, have sworn to fill it with the disbelievers from among the jinn and the men, all of them, and to cast your enemies therein for aye. And you, exalted be your praise, have said in the beginning, out of your extensive grace, beneficence, and generosity, is he that has believed like unto him that has disbelieved? They can never be alike. My God, my liege, therefore I beseech you in the name of the fate you have enforced, and in the name of the destiny you have finalized and ordained, overpowering thereby those on whom you have imposed it, to forgive tonight, nay, in this very hour, all the transgressions that I am guilty of, and all the sins that I have committed. and all the foul actions that I have kept secret, and all the folly that is mine, hidden or disclosed, covered or uncovered, and all the misdeeds that you have directed the immaculate scribes to write down, and the immaculate scribes whom you have appointed to record whatever I do, and whom you have sent down as witnesses unto each of my actions, along my limbs which are also witnesses, while you yourself do watch over them all, and know the things that are hidden from them, and you do hide them by your mercy, and you do cover them up by your grace. And I beseech you to increase my joy in all the good that you send down, and in all the kindness that you bestow, and in the virtue that you extend, and in the nourishment that you do spread, and with the forgiveness with which you do forgive, and in the amnesty with which you cover wrongs. O Lord, O Lord, O Lord, my God, my Lord, my liege, Master of my freedom, who holds my fate in your hand, and knows my misery and poverty, and knows my penury and starvation. O Lord, O Lord, O Lord, I beseech you, in the name of your righteousness and holiness, and the greatest of your attributes and names, to grant that my time, by day and by night, be occupied with your remembrance, and bound to your service, and let my works be accepted by you, to such an extent that all my deeds and habits may become one sustained effort, and my occupation with your service everlasting. My liege, O you on whom I do depend, and unto whom I do complain about my condition. O Lord, strengthen my limbs for your service, and intensify my will in this determination, and grant me that I might endeavour to fear you, and remain forever occupied in your service, to such an extent that I may race faster towards you in the field with those who are in the first rank, and I may hurry on with those who hasten eagerly to be near you, and I may be near you like the sincere ones who are near you, and I may fear you like those firm believers who fear you, and I may join the assemblage of the faithful near you. O Allah, wish him ill who wishes me ill, and plot against him who plots against me, and assign unto me a station in your presence with the best of your bondservants, who have a position nearest you, and a most special position from you. For verily, that is not attained without your favour. Be charitable to me with your charity, and extend your grace towards me by your reverence, and protect me by your mercy. Let my tongue speak in remembrance of you, and let my heart be suffused with your love. Be kind to me with benign acceptance, and mitigate my vices, and forgive my falterings. For verily, you have destined that your bondservant should obey you, and have bidden them pray unto you, and have assured acceptance. So upon you, O Lord, I have fixed my looks, and towards you, O Lord, I have extended my hand. Therefore, in the name of your honour, accept my prayer, and make me reach my objective. And by your favour, do not cut short my hope, but protect me amply from the malice of my foes, from among the jinn and the men. O you who is quickly pleased, forgive one whose only wealth is in prayer. Verily, you do what you will. O you whose name is a panacea, whose remembrance is a sure remedy, and whose obedience is a source of independence, have mercy on one whose capital asset is hope, and whose instrument is lamentation. O you that give happiness and blessings, and wards off misfortunes. O light that consoles those that are bewildered in the darkness, O omniscient one that knows without learning, bless Muhammad and the descendants of Muhammad, and do that unto me which befits your position. Lo, Allah has blessed Muhammad and the faithful leaders among his descendants, and has given them peace and tranquility in abundant measure.